Hello everyone! Fifth week of April's weekly physical album chart announcement, and we're live here at noon on the East Coast and 1 a.m. in Korea. Gonna wait a couple of minutes as usual until we see some people flocking in, and we'll get started. I guess it's actually May, right? So it is full on spring, pretty warm, nice weather. Actually, there's a lot of rain, but still, I guess that's what spring is. Hello, hello. And looking at the chart, there are definitely a couple of new albums and seeing some previous albums that were released in the previous weeks. But yeah, guess we'll get to talk about them starting now. Cool. Hello, everyone. We will announce the world's one and only real-time chart, HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart starting now. This is your host, Joe, as usual. And if you're curious about K-pop album sales, please subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Hello, hello. So yeah, we'll get started on announcing the weekly physical album chart of the 5th week of April. As usual, we're going to start with the 10th place. 10th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April was taken by (G)I-DLE. (G)I-DLE's album, I Trust, was sold 2,280 copies in the last week. So obviously this album has been on the chart since its release and still doing very well on the weekly physical album chart. And actually, (G)I-DLE's debut anniversary, second debut anniversary, was May 2nd. So it was only a day ago or two, depending on where you are. And celebrating that, they I guess, transformed into this little, really adorable witches. It's a really famous, I guess, originally Japanese anime, but also translated into Korean. So, like, basically all the kids have watched this specific animated movie. So they turned into that and did a stage in that costume as well, which is very adorable and cute. Yes, congratulations on the debut anniversary. It's already been 2 years. And like that stage was on Love You, which is another B-side track on this album, I Trust, and they're doing this second promotion of the album with this track. So you can still see them on music shows, which is awesome. And again, congratulations on the second year debut anniversary, yay. And that was 10th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April. (G)I-DLE's I Trust was sold 2,280 copies in the last week. Moving on to the 9th place. 9th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April was taken by NCT 127. Their album, NCT 127 Neozone, was sold 2,361 copies in the last week. And as probably if you're an N citizen, you probably know that there is a new album coming out. It's a repackaged album called NCT 127 Neozone, the final round. And it is going to be released on the 19th of this month. And the title track is going to be called Punch. It's probably not just me. You're thinking like, okay, there's some sort of a theme going on, like some sort of martial arts theme going on. And somebody's asking, still on the chart? Yes, they are still on the chart, and I think probably until the next album comes out, I think we'll continuously see them, I think. That's my guess. But this repackaged album that's going to come out on the 19th, along with the title track Punch, there's going to be a new songs called Nonstop, Make Your Day, and also the intro track of the title track of this album, Kick It. So there's going to be a total of 17 tracks, including the 13 tracks that's already in this album. So amazing. I can't wait until that comes out. And that's 9th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April. NCT 127, their album NCT 127 Neozone, was sold 2,361 copies in the last week. Okie dokie, moving on to the 8th place. 8th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April was taken by A Pink. A Pink's Look album was sold 2,827 copies in the last week. So I guess this was also continuously on the weekly album since its release, and they did, I guess, a couple of weeks of the music show promotions. They actually performed the stage on music shows, and even when they're not, like they basically won the music show. So they achieved 8 wins, which is amazing. Like even for any group, but especially for a group that's been around for a long time, and it clearly shows that they have a very strong fan base and support. So somebody's saying they love the song. Dum Dum. Yes, I think it's a very catchy song. I think I said this in the last broadcast as well, but I think they are the really amazing example of how a group can be around for such a long time and be still relevant. So they definitely support their change of concepts and the songs. And I think it's clearly showing in the result as well. So that was A Pink in the 8th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April. Their album called Look sold 2,827 copies in the last week. And this weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time music chart. And if you're interested in learning about the album sales and just any new things going on the K-pop groups and solo artists as well, definitely subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Okie dokie, moving on to the 7th place. 7th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April was taken by Gravity. Gravity's Season 1 Hideout Remember Who We Are album was sold 3,662 copies in the last week. And as you know, they're doing very well on the music shows and album charts and music charts all over the places. And I mean, especially for as a rookie group, like being on the chart, the top 10 weekly physical album chart for I believe 3 weeks in a row now is an amazing feat in itself. Not to mention that they already have placed first in the release week. And their latest news is that they have released a choreography video and like without any notice, so it was sort of like a surprise thing, of Jumper, which is their second, I guess, promotion track along besides the title track. And this song sort of got some hype because it was gifted by Joohan of Monsta X. And to be honest, I think I personally like this song better than the title track. So I really enjoyed watching the stages on this particular choreography video as well. Somebody saying their visual is already perfect, which is true. I think there are a lot of, I guess, members that were on Produce X101, so there are members that you already know and new members who are amazing performers as well as singers. So looking forward to their continuous success. And that was Gravity in 7th place. Their album Season 1 Hideout Remember Who We Are was sold 3,662 copies in the last week. Moving on to the 6th place. 6th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April was taken by EXO. EXO's Exoplanet number 5 Exploration, I believe this is a concert DVD, was sold 5,144 copies in the last week. So I guess Exploration, was it last year, like earlier last year, I believe, like around this time actually, they did a concert in Seoul, and we're always looking forward to EXO's concert. I think they always do it in the really right time, like warm spring or like New Year's Eve kind of thing. So I think it's really thematic and always like a huge festival for all the XOLs around the world. Unfortunately, it might be really hard to see them in person this year, you know, at least with all the COVID situation going on, but hopefully we can see them back on stage very soon. I guess also their latest news is that Baekhyun's birthday is coming up soon. His birthday is May 6th, so congratulations. I'm expecting to see a lot of love messages on social media on the day. And he is also expected to release a new song collaborated with Bull 4. The song is called A Butterfly and a Cat. And as you know, Baekhyun has already done a couple of, I guess, collaboration tracks with a female artist, and it always turned out good. So very excited to see how well this particular track would do in the streaming chart as well as in different charts. And yeah, that was EXO on the sixth place of Hanteo Chart's weekly physical album chart of fifth week of April. Exoplanet number 5 Exploration was sold 5,144 copies in the last week. Hello, hello. Okay, so we're halfway done. And as you know, this weekly physical chart is presented by Hanteo Chart, the world's one and only real-time music chart. And this result basically includes all the album sales all across the world. So if you have purchased an album last week to support your favorite artist, that has definitely counted toward this week's result and supported your artist. And yeah, so moving on to the fifth place of Hanteo Chart's weekly physical album chart of fifth week of April was taken by ONEUS. ONEUS's album, in its time, was sold 5,237 copies in the last week. And if you are a 2Moon, or if you're following ONEUS, or just a K-pop fan, you probably watched Road to Kingdom last week, just a few days ago. That was the first episode, and you could see the 7 groups competing, I guess boy groups competing with each other basically, and they did this 90-second performance in this first episode, and ONEUS did the performance sort of based on the Phantom of the Opera. So it started off with Phantom of the Opera, and they continued on to their own song. So that was pretty cool. I personally love their all white outfit. I think it really stood out, so that was nice as well. But yeah, it's gonna be sort of like a mini battle pretty much every week if you are following ONEUS and other groups that are appearing on the show as well. But looking forward to the fantabulous stages that they're gonna perform in this particular show in the coming weeks. So that was fifth place of Hanteo Chart's weekly physical album chart of fifth week of April. ONEUS's Its Time was sold 5,237 copies in the last week. Moving on to the fourth place. Fourth place of Hanteo Chart's weekly physical album chart of the fifth week of April was taken by Solar. Her solo album, Spit It Out, was sold 7,045 copies in the last week. And it's been a week since this album was released, so there was an initial Chodong record out, which was 73,126 copies, which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot because it is basically the top among the most albums sold among all the female solo artist album that was released in 2020. So congratulations on this amazing feat. Obviously, given that this is the first solo album, it sort of proves how popular and amazing the song is of this particular album. So yes, amazing, congratulations. And that was in fourth place. Solar's Spit It Out album was sold 7,045 copies in the fifth week of April. Okay, moving on to the third place. Third place of Hanteo Chart's weekly physical album chart of fifth week of April was taken by GOT7. GOT7's Die album was sold 17,766 copies in the last week. So this was that album that took first place last week, and the initial Chodong record has been out as well, and it has placed third place among all the albums that was released in 2020. So, and also this album, this particular number was second place among all the male group albums that were released in 2020. So basically it did amazing in terms of album sales, and you can definitely see the support all over the world from I Got Sevens. Yes, so the title track is called Up by the Moon. Still can't get over how gorgeous they look in the music video. I sometimes just play the music video just to marvel at the concept. It's so amazing. Um, yeah. So that was third place of 100 charts, weekly physical album chart of fifth week of April. Got 7 Die was sold 17,766 copies in the last week. I think we're sort of moving fast today, but we're only left with 2 artists on this weekly physical album charts top 10. And as you know, this weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart. And if you enjoy just learning about album sales and just learn about new albums that are coming out that are doing very well in terms of album sales, definitely subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Okay, left with 2 artists, and these are both new albums that got released last week, so very excited, lots of things to talk about. And the second place of the charts, weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April, was taken by Oh My Girl, and their album is called Nonstop, and was sold 23,254 copies in the last week. So our album was released on the 27th of April, which makes that the album sales of the last week equals initial Choronga record. So basically their first week sales is 23,254 copies. And with this, they broke their own previous initial Choronga record, obviously. And they also placed their first place on the digital streaming chart as well. So obviously this song is being very much loved, and you can also see that through the number of views of the music video as well. So after the 3 days of release, their music video surpassed the 10 million view milestone, and obviously it's been a week now, and now it's like above 22 million views. So yeah, so that was amazingly doing well, Oh My Girl. And the title track is also called Nonstop in English. And if you watch the music video, it's so pretty. It's like so pastel-y neon color theme, and it sort of talks about this love story between all the Oh My Girl members and this, I guess, a teddy bear that's in rainbow color too. So it's like really cute and also like dreamy, sort of, I guess, fairy tale like, you might say. And also the song has sort of like that tropical feel, so I think it'll be a perfect song for the summer to listen to. And clearly everybody is listening to the song as well, and that's why it made the first place in the streaming chart as well as the second place on the physical album chart. So yeah, the teddy bear is so cute. Like, and also the music video has like little speech bubbles that just pops up everywhere, and it's really, I guess, the music itself as well as the music video is really exciting and poppy in that sense. So very cute. I'm gonna give another listen probably after this broadcast as well. And that was second place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April, taken by Oh My Girl. Their album Nonstop was sold 23,254 copies in the last week. Awesome, we're only left with one artist, the top of this weekly physical album chart, and this week it was taken by NCT Dream. Their album Reload was sold 389,734 copies in a single week. So that was a big mouthful number to say. But this is, as you know, if you are an citizen, this is the first album since they have changed the whole NCT system. And so there is no graduation anymore. There's gonna be 7 members throughout, which I think probably a lot of citizens actually wished for. So I guess it's a good news. And the title track, as you know, is called Ride It. And I think the music video itself really used a lot of colorful, sort of like a neon theme, I think, which really goes well with NCT in general, right? And very powerful and exciting song. And probably the most like upbeat and powerful, sort of a really strong beat song from NCT Dream so far. I personally thought it would be a really good workout song too, like it really pumps you up. So, and this particular album was released on April 29th, so we still have a few days to go until the first week sales, the initial total sales to wrap up, and which would be, I guess it's 29th, so it'll be wrapped up on the 5th of May. And it is known that the pre-order of this particular album was more than 500,000 copies. So it's going to be definitely bigger than this number, which is almost 400,000 copies. And because of that, this particular album recorded the cumulative sales of more than 370,000 copies in the first day. So it's only going to go up, and very excited to see what kind of new record this particular album is going to set in this week and in the coming weeks as well. Definitely excited to see what this new NCT system is going to do for the fandom as well as the artists themselves. I guess Mark will stay, I guess, as a member of NCT Dream. Somebody was joking that everybody wants Mark, which is probably true too. So that was NCT Dream placing first of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April. The album is called Reload. That was sold 3,000, or big numbers are hard, 389,734 copies in the last week. So yeah, that was everybody on the top 10 of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April. And we're gonna go ahead and announce everyone from top to bottom to celebrate their amazing work this week, and amazing songs, to be honest. Here it goes. HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 5th week of April. The first place was taken by NCT Dream, Reload, that was sold 389,734 copies. In second place, Oh My Girl, Nonstop, 23,254 copies. And in third place, GOT7, Guy, was sold 17,766 copies. In fourth place, Solar, her solo album, Spit It Out, was sold 7,045 copies. And in fifth place, Want Us in Its Time, was sold 5,237 copies. And in sixth place, EXO, Exoplanet, number 5, Exploration, that was sold 5,144 copies. And seventh place, Gravity, Season 1, Hideout, Remember Who You Are, was sold 3,662 copies. And eighth place, A-Pink, Look, was sold 2,827 copies. And in ninth place, NCT 127, NCT 127 Neozone album, was sold 2,361 copies. And lastly, on the 10th place, G-Idol, I Trust, was sold 2,280 copies in the 5th week of April. Yay, so everyone, congratulations. And if you are curious about how many new albums will be released and in the coming weeks, as well as how albums did this week, definitely check out the app called WhosFan. It is available on both Play Store and App Store. I'm an Android user personally. But anywho, it's also available in multiple languages, Korean, English, and Spanish. And you can check the album sales rankings, of course the weekly album sales rankings, but also daily and real time, which is very useful, especially if you have an artist that you support release the album, recently, and you can see how well the album is doing all across the world. So definitely helpful information. And there are a lot of fun votes and also news that are available on the app as well. So definitely check it out. And also subscribe to WhosfanTV this channel, and also like this video. And we'll continue to report on the weekly album chart results at the same time every week, and also other happenings and ongoings in the K-pop world. So that was everything that we have this week. Thank you for watching, and this was your host, Joe. Definitely stay safe, stay healthy, and also see you next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you.